So we donated $200 for that. Yeah. So we don't pay
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Well, I called her today to make sure, what is she doing? About it. Well, we have to get Oprah, we have to determine the committee, we have to, several things have to be done, July 17th, we opened the proposal.
I went through this matching page things, I have questions about it.
Get on her being up, those are the questions. Okay, we're gonna call our meeting to order. First of all, to start the meeting off tonight, I'm gonna start with the council members and with general rules that I think we need to go back and make sure that we follow these. And the rules say that no citizen or council member will be permitted to interrupt another citizen or council member during the public comment segment or at any other time during the council meeting. Confrontation among citizens in the audience is not permitted. Confrontation among council members will not be permitted. Violation of the above stated rules will result in a warning from the presiding officer. After one warning, the presiding officer may ask that person to leave the meeting or to be removed. If a citizen is removed from the meeting, they will be suspended for the future participation for a period of 1 year. Council members shall accord the utmost courtesy to each other. They shall refrain from derogatory remarks, reflection as to integrity, abusive comments, and statements as to motives and personalities. Members of the towns shall observe the rules as all council members. Citizen members of the audience shall observe the rules as council members and town staff. So we're gonna follow these rules. And I'd like to ask that all board members, when our meeting's in process, do not talk to other people next to you. With our streaming, it's too much, there's too much going on. It picks every little sound up. So just refrain from discussing anything other than what we're talking about. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start the meeting. So Jenny's here. Dave, Jenny, you wanna come on up front here?
Sure.
I guess we need to say who have questions, correct?
On this, what's the topic?
Well, the Oprah grant is what we had. And I know Callie said she's read it and she has questions. So Jenny, I guess we need to start with that probably.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of where do you start thing on there. So the agreement with the state doesn't align with what you're trying to do, okay? It was clearly drafted with some idea of a product that the town would own, like a town hall or whatever, right? Okay, and that's your Oprah grant. It is not set up for what you're doing. There's a lot of things in there that it says the town's gonna do that I either know you don't do or can't do, or maybe in some cases shouldn't do, okay? I also know from emailing Oprah, it's not gonna change. So at the end of the day, and that's tricky, right? Because you're either gonna have to adopt something and sign something that says you're gonna do something that I already know you're not gonna do, or can't do, or you don't get the grant.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, in my opinion, it's a little kind of a ridiculous state of affairs, honestly. But I raised the issue, did not get back a very receptive response from Oprah. So.
And Jenny, this may be a question for you. What is the date that you have to have this signed?
I don't know. I mean, I know it's a pretty soon if they want to move on it.
Yeah.
I honestly don't. I've never heard an official date. So
Here's my position on it.
to the best of my knowledge, which is not much, I went through this entire document and made notes. The things that, and I guarantee you that if you and I did it together, there's 50 others that I didn't catch, right? But I feel like that we should talk about this, but I don't want to subject everyone to that if they don't want to do it. Does that make sense? Like, what a terrible time it would be to have to sit here tonight and go through this 19 pages. I mean, obviously anyone's invited to come to another, but I'm just thinking we need to have a special meeting where we can sit down. The people that want to come can come back. We can talk about it, but not try to go through this page by page with a whole audience that doesn't really want to deal with it.
You realize you're describing my life. It makes me kind of sad.
It's just sad. The other thing is that I also understand that the meeting may be a waste of time because we may talk about it and it sounds like it's not going to change, but I feel like we still need to be aware of the things that we're swearing that we're going to do or swearing that we've done, and maybe potentially be in trouble if it falls through. Are we willing to take the risk? I just think those are the things we need to talk about. So how do you guys feel about soon having a special meeting to talk about the agreement?
Can I ask what the problems are in that? I mean, I'll start with that.
Yeah, there's like a whole host of them. I mean, you've got covenants in there that says you'll guarantee that any of the contractors that work on anything, are US citizens. Okay, well, who's going to check that out? You've got covenants in there that says you're going to maintain ownership of the things that get built out of this grant money, that you will keep them insured. So if you go put a new roof on someone's house, you, the town, will keep that roof on someone else's house insured. And there's like a number of years in there, so there's all kinds of stuff like that throughout this document. It's all, like I said, it's all set up as though the town owns it.
Yeah. I thought
Like
about that
wastewater
too.
treatment. Fire stations.
Exactly. And the guy up there says, well, you just put that in sub-agreement. Well, it didn't really work that way.
We're signing
Once
saying
we
that
sign
we
the
swear to
agreement.
this. That's the part
Right, and it doesn't say in there, you'll cause the owner to do these things, right? It says you, the town, the grant recipient, will do these things. It's kind of like, you go borrow money from the bank, you can't just sign something on the side that says, oh, no, the bank has to go to them, right? It just doesn't work that way. But if they're not receptive to changes, which is.
And they're not, we know
Yeah,
that.
and they're not. He
No.
made that exceedingly clear. So you're kind of in a pickle on it. I mean, it's not really a reasonable position to put a grant recipient in. He said, well, there's 20 other people that signed it. That does not surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if there's 200 other communities that signed it, because people sign stuff all the time without reading it. So I mean but yeah, I just want you to know that this is not.
Well, and so my position is that I absolutely want us to get this grant. I want our citizens to have this money. Having said that, I feel like it's our duty to make sure that we're also protecting the town and that we're not putting ourselves in a position that we could be responsible, that would cost us more money down the road or get us in a situation that we don't have any business being in. I don't know. I mean,
The
you
only
guys,
thing, all grants are like this. Obviously, we just don't read in close enough, because I'm sure other grants with the town and with redevelopment, and I'm sure if we came right down and. There's always things that you don't like, but I've been told that you can ask that they remove those and they don't. So you either accept the grant or you don't. That's,
Yeah.
And
And there's some truth to that. However, it's never quite as overt as having a grant that's like not even really set up right. Redevelopment Commission, as an example, gets these, community crossroads grants,
and they're-
that has stuff in it, right? Well, they own the improvements. They can insure it. They can, all that, right? So this is just probably the most egregious example of a document that doesn't fit the purpose that I've seen in a long time. Again, you guys can decide whether you.
I think
okay.
I was uncomfortable that we had to move so fast, And it was like, now we need to sign today, we need to do it today. And anytime you're rushed into something like that, I think it makes you skeptical. I mean, you're like, wow, the only thing is, I'm sure there's timelines. We applied for the grant was approved, it was awarded to the town of French Lick. So now we either accept it or we don't. And I don't know, like Jenny said, the timeline is definitely important. We need to know when do we have to say, okay, we're bypassing this grant.
I can reach out first thing tomorrow morning and find out if there is an actual, what their thoughts are on that date and.
Are any of you interested in meeting?
Yes, I think we should. And you try to keep this on track. I mean, a lot of people's working.
I don't
hard on
have
this.
a problem.
Can we meet after the meeting tonight or?
We have a redevelopment meeting after this meeting
After
tonight.
that.
I'll have to post it.
And yeah, we
It
have
would
to
have to
post
be
it. And like I
posted. You
said,
can't just have meetings.
anyone would be welcome to come and we invite
Well,
that
I
if they
think
want to.
anyone that's gonna sit on the committee, which we still don't even know who's gonna
Right.
sit on the committee, we haven't determined anything. So, but I think anyone that's gonna be on that committee definitely would wanna know what was going on, So
But if we don't sign the agreement, there is no committee.
But
Right.
with understanding that we're gonna have this meeting and hash it out, and at the end of the day, it's not gonna be any different than it is right now.
And I understand that, but I'm saying, I think that we individually need to decide if we're willing to take the risks that are, and we need to hear that from Dave. This is the issue with it. I mean, I literally, one of the things I wrote in here was WTH. I think we all know what that stands for. I'm like, what even is that? Something about telephones. And it was just so weird. And so I just feel like that we need to just kind of address those things and then decide, you know what, yeah, we're just gonna take the chance anyway. I would just feel better about that, but again, I'd be willing to hear what you guys have to say.
Question. Jenny, is this the same application that Mitchell and Tell City have, and their people arose?
They just said
question?
that
Yeah.
other people had
Yep.
signed it, that doesn't happen.
This guy said they had 20 of them sign it.
Yeah.
And that, like I said, that doesn't surprise me.
Because I don't think that the state and Okra would try to hold the city of French Lick responsible if something did happen.
Yes.
Like the
That's what they
insurance.
did.
would. They don't want to, they just don't want to be held responsible. They want someone else like us to be held responsible.
So we-
That's the thing is that they can. That's the scary part. The way it's written is we're signing saying, yes, you can. If it shakes down like that, you can hold us responsible. The way that some of that is worded. And again, I know they're not gonna change it. We tried that, but I just feel like we need to talk about
I mean,
and
which-
weigh it out.
Ultimately, we're probably going to vote for it no matter what, because it's a great grant. I mean, like, I don't know if there's something we can do.
And candidly, the other thing is, if you give me $100,000 for a project that I'm gonna own, I'm probably gonna be willing to pay that $100,000 back if I don't follow the rules. If I'm gonna get $100,000 and give it away to someone else to do something for theirs, and then I'm responsible for the $100,000, I don't even own that anymore, right? So.
Okay,
you know,
so let's,
And I don't care what this is one of those things where I don't want something to come up later. And everybody be like, all right, well, we didn't know this. It's because I want you to know that it's.
well,
it's
I
not-
I certainly am not comfortable with the fact that we would be responsible to cover we're insurance to them, we have to cover
Yeah.
how do you do that?
Yeah, well, yeah, you can, and that's the thing, you can't, and I just philosophically, I have a hard time telling you to sign your name to something that says you're gonna do something that we already know you cannot and will not do. It's
And
like you're
I-
in breach of contract as soon as you sign that, right?
Well, and I would be the one to say, why did you sign that if you knew that you?
Or,
I'm not signing it without the board, without the rest of the
Yeah,
board
you
saying they're in
gotta have a
favor,
vote,
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, you have to have a vote, clearly.
Well, Watts, what do you say about having a different meeting?
If you feel better about dissecting, fine.
Tony, Kendall?
I think we should move forward with it. A lot of other cities are doing this. I don't see why we should start nitpicking the contract, and I don't think the state of Indiana is gonna come back on us and say, hey, you guys didn't make sure so-and-so kept insurance. You know, there's 20
What if their
pages of
house
that.
burns down?
If their house burns
And
down.
then they cut, somebody's getting sued.
Okay, now if the homeowner doesn't have house insurance, that's up to the homeowner. That's not at the town of French Lick.
But if we're signing saying that it is, that we own it,
No, we're not, we don't own it.
well, I think that's what
You're
it's saying.
actually signing something that
It
says you do.
depends on how you interpret that.
Well, it doesn't matter how we interpret it, is what the law interprets.
I mean,
Okay,
it's,
so you're saying we own it for the next 5 years?
no, what I'm saying is you're telling the state that you will maintain owner, you know, and again,
It's like basically saying that if the air conditioning they put in, if the contractor puts it in for a year, it's usually a year in, that they're liable for it or whatever. So if a year it breaks,
We have to
then
put
they're
it
gonna come back in and say, well, you,
Yeah.
like,
Probably not breaks, but, if the improvement is destroyed, right?
right,
Okay, you put an air conditioner in, you put a roof on, you
and
put a
it
water
burns
heater on,
down.
the place floods, the storm blows it down, it burns down or whatever.
Uh-huh.
The town did not keep that insured.
Okay, Jenny, you check into
But you're
this if
saying
you will,
that you
please.
would.
And get with us as soon as possible, and we will
Obviously
schedule a
can't.
meeting and
Yeah,
move,
It's not your property, right?
okay?
again,
I didn't know, or I wouldn't have asked you to come.
I can
didn't
believe
realize
probably
this
gonna-
was happening.
It's all right. I hope you don't think I'm trying to be
No,
difficult.
no,
we
no.
can have a meeting to
No,
see
no,
if
it's a
there's
big
any
thing.
contract.
I mean, I want us
Do
to
people
get this,
not-
there's 17 people ready to go, like, that's not it, I just,
Yeah,
Okay.
Jenny, do people not catch this stuff?
I don't know, that's why I didn't go to law school.
I mean, did not read it? I mean, because it like throws a big, huge red flag out there.
Some of them have, and then it was, they've raised the same questions you have, but then it's do we want it, do we not? And
Okay, that I'll believe, yeah.
All right, we're gonna move forward, so you check and you
I'll
get
check
back
with them
as
and
soon
see,
as.
yep.
And probably, someone probably needs to, you need to talk to Dave, correct? I mean, why call us? They need, if there's, he's the one that.
He's
needs to-
ultimately saying it's not up to him, it's up to
It's
us.
not up to
I think that
Right.
we need to know the date, and then once you get us that, we need to try to get together quick.
Yeah,
I'd just say meet sometime this week, get it done, and I mean,
If
like
she
you said,
can
we
get-
can dissect.
if
I
she
can get
can
an answer
get-
first thing tomorrow morning.
Okay, well then we can schedule a meeting tomorrow, Mindy. We can post it. When do you all want to have a meeting then? Let's go ahead.
Well, you also gotta have a committee to meet.
It'd have to be all of us because we have to sign the agreement.
right. You guys, it's the town council that signs the agreement. Once the agreement's done, then you set up a committee presumably. Okay, there's nothing about that in the agreement.
No.
Okay, so you set up a committee or whatever you want to do to kind of administer it, but
Okay,
I can
so,
I can do any night this week.
well, we have to have 48 hours, Mindy. So
So
we know
Thursday
that.
would be the soonest, is that what you're saying?
Your Friday instead.
Thursday, we could do Thursday. Is that okay with everybody?
Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Friday. I don't want to do a Friday night meeting,
No.
not really. I just assume
Somebody
on
wants to drink
Thursday.
some beer or something.
So Thursday, I got no after.
Okay,
Oh gosh, I feel like this is gonna take a hot minute.
Thursday,
we
the
do everything
20th,
takes
right,
a while.
Mindy? Thursday, the 20th at 5 o'clock? What?
No,
What time, Dave?
like 4 or 5.
I'm good with that. 4,
I
5?
can't do later. If it's later, then we'll have to wait till the next week.
Okay, so 4 o'clock?
Or like, I mean, like, it can be 5 o'clock.
But
it's
how about
fine.
5?
Okay, 5 o'clock on Thursday. Mindy, you'll post that for us?
I'm a maybe on Thursday, which is not gonna be helpful for this. This wasn't on my calendar and I've got other stuff that's on my calendar, okay?
Well, then we need to just wait for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Do you wanna just email us tomorrow and tell us your
Uh,
calendar, or
Yeah,
Wednesday at 5 o'clock.
that wouldn't be enough time?
That would.
No,
Tuesday.
no,
I'll
go
go
ahead
put it
and
on
post
there
it
right now.
today.
I'll go run and put it right there on the window right now.
We also have to fax it to the newspaper.
I can fax that right now. We can do it at
I
5:30.
don't see how we can do, it can't happen, can it, Mindy?
Huh?
I think it's too soon.
All right. I'm just trying.
Nice try, Dave.
You can check with the legal advisor.
Keep it on while he's looking.
yeah, it's,
Keep going while he's looking.
I mean, I'm into probably Monday or Tuesday next week, unless you want to do it on Friday. Saturday, I can do Saturday,
Let's do Monday. You want to do
Saturday
Monday?
morning it
I can do
is.
Sunday for that matter, but.
I can do it Monday afternoon.
Okay,
I
Who
will
else?
check my schedule.
You'll let us know. We're just gonna
So you
email.
really don't know?
I don't know. I mean, like, I'll have to look at, like, kids.
Well, we all need to be here. So do we need it a little early or do we need the 4
My
o'clock?
vote is yes.
4 o'clock on Monday?
No, I'm just voting yes already.
Oh, you're
I'm
already,
yes.
you don't want to have the meeting. Okay.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't wanna come, he doesn't
No,
have to.
I'll come. I mean, like, it's whatever on Monday.
So we're going Monday, the 24th? Is that the
Mhm.
24th?
Yeah,
Monday, 24th at 5, is that what you said?
4 or 5, whichever.
I'm good with either one.
4 o'clock, make it 4 o'clock, that'll give us early enough that, Dave, if you have something going.
Okay.
Okay, 4 o'clock, Monday the 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay,
Jenny, did you get your contractors that you needed and stuff?
They still have time to, contractors still have time to sign up,
Okay,
so
the inspector,
we are gonna open those today.
okay.
oh, we're gonna go ahead and open these?
You could open the inspectors today.
Okay,
You just
right on,
take them under advisement.
okay.
I like that.
Oh, they're open. They're in the open.
We didn't open, we opened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Chad Harden with National Radon. He's put in a, so is this each occurrence, is this his insurance? This just shows that he's
insured.
It's all it tells us, that he's
Yeah, and then
insured
you should
and
have a thing of, it
Okay.
should have a breakdown of
he is,
per home and then preparing a plan. It was
let's
in there.
start here. You want to look at it? Sure. And we'll move it down.
So you guys do like a radon inspection for each home,
Yes.
put in a water heater?
And
Will there be anything left?
if they have radon, more than likely it'll take up quite a bit of it.
First home inspection. So
I don't want
250,
the
350.
contractors getting sick in the house.
Okay, then we have Rodney Bayer from Jasper,
Probably goes.
He's insured.
I was just gonna figure out how much all this is.
Post inspection, post mitigation inspection.
Is that one radon
2
also?
inspections.
That one's home.
Yeah.
Rodney Bayer is home.
Can we write on this? Or no?
Probably shouldn't, should they?
What other inspections?
I've got one here, I'll just use this.
So
So
what do we have?
675.
They don't have any, we don't know the cost.
Yeah,
Yeah, your cost is in there. They
that's
have
what I'm just adding up. 675 is what he's charging.
Is that for radon or the?
Per house, then 675.
Yeah, it tells,
Well, we should be able to write that at the top, don't you think? So we'll have that,
I mean, his is, I think on radon, it should give you a test fee, and then if he needs to write a plan, that's an if.
oh, I got you. So,
Most
I mean,
will not.
total would be 675 if you went the
If
whole
he,
thing.
yeah, if he has to do that. The base is just an inspection fee is the big one that you need to know.
And that's to come from outside, right, if there is radon?
If, that's just to, he'll come in, he'll set the tester, and then if it comes up above radon, like acceptable radon levels, then he'll prepare a plan of, hey, we need to mitigate it.
is this?
Because it's a basement home, this is how we should
Did that say
mitigate
right
it.
on
This is
Dave?
a
We got 'em.
slab home or
Yeah,
a
this
crawl
is
space home, whatever.
Radon
This
test.
is how we
That
mitigate
but
it.
is this,
And then
The
the
radon
actual
test for the
mitigation
question
is
is
just
just
separate.
250, right?
Then who pays for that?
It comes out of the grant funds.
It-
Excuse me.
It's like you, it's just for like a water heater.
Every home, that's the big push from the federal government is the radon.
do we have 2 or 3?
And we had a conference last week and they said Indiana has the highest rates of radon in the country.
Did you hear that?
Okay, is that another one?
Yes, it's for
So like.
One's for the home
So
inspection,
from
one's
an
for radon,
economic
she said.
perspective, because radon
This is
mitigation
radon.
is not cheap. Okay, run into that.
We are lucky with some of the ones, the mitigation that we're getting around here is significantly cheaper than in bigger areas of the state.
So do you have these results
I think
before
it's
you
one of those.
make an award on who gets the grant?
No.
So you have
This
to
is,
go
you
back.
have to take the home and then it gets
380
home inspection and the
That's
radon
what I'm
inspection.
guessing.
So this is
So-
250.
So
What was
that
the
costs months.
675 for?
That's all.
I added it
That's-
all together.
That's if
All the
you
grant
go,
money on the
if they have to do
insurance.
So
mitigation.
two
That's
fifty,
part
and
of
what
it.
is that?
The
one
ra-
free?
the radon has to be done before any of the other funds get utilized for that.
Well, let me rephrase that, I worded that poorly.
That's okay.
You promise all the money. Okay,
One's a home
that
inspection,
you have,
she
and then
said,
somebody
and not
comes in
radon.
and they need 3 of the houses, need $2,000,
Well,
$5,000
or how do you-
radon mitigation. Now you got $5,000 less you had. You then have to go back and tell, unpromise somebody,
In their agreement that they, their application that they're signing off now on the homeowners, it does list the radon mitigation will be part of the grant.
I don't see that.
During their homes award.
but that money that would have been promised before you did the
Yeah,
testing.
is that,
right,
is that
didn't
radon?
get larger.
Okay.
So if your expenses get larger, the money gets smaller, and somebody
And then
else
is that
lost
all
the grant,
radon?
is that the way that works? How do you do that?
Then
Oh,
they
and what-
start out, every home gets the same pool, whether you have radon coming out or not, it's the same pool. I hate that we have to do the radon mitigation, but it's something that they are pushing now and
Okay, this is radon again.
Another
See
non-negotiable
what
with
we
them.
can find.
Let's try to figure out how this works.
This is the thing. I'm gonna go through here. Let's see. Here's really-
Is there anything other than radon that's getting tested?
Is there what?
Anything other than radon
No,
that's
sir.
getting tested?
So these
So
are all
after
just
you looked
radon.
at all, here, you said just a table
Take
it,
them under advisement, yeah.
and then, but
We'll have to score them. There's a scoring thing that was in the request for
Yeah,
proposal.
it's $200.
Okay.
Do you have to confirm that the people that are applying actually?
Okay, so we had
Yes.
3 for radon and 1 for home.
They have to provide their, copy of their taxes, like they paid off the taxes, and the assessor's card that lists that they are the owner, and it matches with that. And then if it's a trailer,
So we
you have
don't
to own the trailer and the land it's on.
Right?
Because
We don't even know.
that is not uncommon either around here.
To own the trailer, but not the land or the,
You
yeah.
know, the
This is
people living in the property that, state that they're the owners that are not.
Is that the best? 200 was the best,
Yes,
Yeah, does that also have a,
best
But
choice?
you guys are gonna do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Jenny, do we determine tonight?
No.
No, okay,
No.
we just had to open.
we just open and,
so we only had,
if you could just say who they are.
Okay.
You had Chad Harden, you have Rodney Bayer. That one looks like
Isn't Bear the home inspector?
Bayer's home inspector.
Okay,
That looks like,
Jennifer Monais from VET.
the one in front of you looks like a radon, because I've seen that folder before. Yeah, I've seen that one.
who goes in Debark?
Or environmental, I bet.
Okay.
so we only had one home inspector.
So far.
Is there more time for them
Okay,
to join? or just-
So-
Today is the day.
So the one that we have is the one we have to use?
You
Mindy,
can review that.
Environmental
His qualifications,
Solutions LLC was $200 for inspection.
Whose is that?
Environmental Solutions. And then, First Choice Home Inspection is $250. And then we have Rodney Bayer, $380 for an inspection, the home inspection, I guess, so. And then we have, what is, VET, Environmental Engineering, and it's $641. Just for the radon. All right, so you take these. Okay, set, all we need to do tonight then with that, right?
Yeah, with those, that's you just take them under advisement and you'll look over scoring and we'll score those. Otherwise, you're good.
Okay. All right, thank you, Jenny.
Yep.
All right, we will move on. Skylar, she's gonna present.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm Skylar with Orange County Economic Development Partnership. I first wanted to thank you guys for those of you that either took one or both of our OCEP strategic planning survey or the quality of place and talent attraction survey. We've had a lot going on the past few weeks and I appreciate your input on that. Another thing I wanted to bring up was the Uplands Regional Land Bank. John has been great he's probably the best team member I have for the land bank for Orange County, to be honest. He's super responsive when it has come to any properties related to the tax sale. But the land bank has determined that in order to spend down the grant money that we have, we're going to have to explore other avenues of acquiring properties. So if you guys know of any, they have to be vacant, so that's the main thing. But any vacant, dilapidated properties that are in French Lick, please reach out to me and let John know. He's got my information, pass it along to Dave. If there's any way that you can get that to me so that I can have the land bank review those, that would be great. It'd be very helpful. They've had trouble getting properties here in French Lick in the tax sales anyway, but those just take a really long time to go through the whole process. And then last but not least, I have our check for our match funding for the parks at Cherry Hill. Through the ready process there, we had committed $10,000, so I have that for you guys.
We love when you bring that
Thank you.
up.
Right?
Thank you.
Nobody's beating that. Do you
Yeah.
guys have any questions
Thank
for me?
Scott, or what's the properties, because we have lots of properties, hundreds of them. What are the properties gonna be used for? So you want us to donate empty lots to you?
No, they're not your properties. They would be like vacant, owned by somebody in the town. Like the ones through tax sale or people who haven't been paying their property taxes. But it could just be a house that somebody passed away and it's just sitting there empty. It could be a home that is just abandoned. I mean,
Like
there's
the one on Maple Street?
all kinds of different scenarios. But the main thing, like I said, is it has to be vacant. And then if it's falling down in disrepair, the land bank can look at that to either purchase it, have it donated in some
And is that-
cases.
Not through the sheriff's auction though, right? Just a vacant.
So they try
But
to
it
get
can
them that
go
way
through-
too.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just, it takes a very long time, even if you get the property, even the ones that the county has donated to the land bank, there's a waiting period that you have to go through, and all of the money has to be spent by December of next year. So we have quite a bit of money to spend before then.
What about some of the town properties? Do we have some properties we wanna get rid of and put back on the tax base?
No, I don't think that, I mean,
So really for you guys, and I don't want to speak for you guys, but I would view the land bank as a partner to help you do the work that you're doing. You know, like redevelopment, I know is doing a lot of the same thing. But the land bank can come alongside you and do more of that work that the redevelopment commission is already doing. So that's how I would think of it, the same types of properties.
partner up, I mean, monetarily to try to purchase.
We could, that's something, I don't know if it's us or if that was pre. There have been some conversations. There was a property donated by the county that's actually part of, it was landlocked by the park that I think has been working with the land bank for that to become a part of the park.
Okay.
Does the land bank have a balance sheet where it can actually pay for things?
Yes,
How significant?
like how much money they have
Yeah,
right now to spend down.
yeah.
Off the top of my head, I wanna say like $800,000. But that's not just for Orange County.
How much for Orange County? How much for French Lick?
It's not allocated by specific community.
Okay, is it allocated by county?
No. It's just properties that become available. They've had a lot of trouble actually being able to get properties in Orange County. But again, like I said, so far they've done it through the tax sales, and then there were 2 donated by the commissioners. But when they've gone to the tax sales, for example, they've been outbid on like every property in French Lick and West Baton.
I just wondered, do they have a certain price they can go up to then? Because I think you had said something.
That's set based on each property by the board.
And you said the property already has to be vacant.
They will not try to buy a property and then kick somebody out of it, basically. Yeah.
What if the person wants to be kicked out? Because that's where, most of the time people kind of show up at these meetings and like, hey, I got this house, you want to buy it? I mean, that's They're not
They,
vacant.
they could, yeah, I mean, if someone wanted to sell it and it fit the criteria that the land bank is looking for, then they could definitely.
Yeah, I feel like that we run into that
Yeah.
often.
Once it goes into the land bank, if you want to redevelop it through the town, does the land bank expect to get their money back from the town? Or is this like net money that actually comes into the town that
Or
can be
like
used?
who gets options to get the house after it goes?
There's an application process. So the goal is, just like you guys just said, the goal is to get these properties, like, to be housing. That's really the main goal, is for it to be housing. So that's what they look at. There was one property we had where there was an application the neighbor had put in, and this was a property that they had to demo. So the land bank paid for the property to be demoed, and then there was an empty lot, and there were applications. One was from the next door neighbor who just wanted to make their yard bigger. One was from somebody who wanted to build a home there for them to live in. It could be somebody that wants to build a home as a rental property. They just have to fill out a short application that explains what they want to do with the property, and then it's at the board's discretion, the land bank board's discretion of who they sell that to.
And I'm sure there's like stipulations saying that if you don't build something within 2 or 3,
Yes.
it goes back.
Yep.
Well, unless your argument is you just want to make your yard bigger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but if you say you're going to build something, there's like a timeline that has to be followed.
So if the redevelopment commission, as an example, wanted to utilize the land bank, there's no guarantee whatsoever that the property would end up getting redeveloped in the way that the redevelopment commission plans, because the next door neighbor might just want to make their yard bigger. And another board would decide that, right?
Yeah, so I'm on the board, and I can't speak for the whole board, but I think generally speaking, the direction everyone has leaned toward is additional housing.
Right.
Like, that has been a priority over somebody wanting to make their yard bigger.
Good to know.
Okay,
That's all
all
I've got.
right, thank you
Yay.
so much.
Thanks, Callie.
Okay, I need a motion to approve minutes from the previous meeting.
Motion.
Motion by Tony, second,
Second.
second Dave, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we're gonna start, Jason is not here. He did tell me that, Dave Watts is gonna start over on Beechwood
Okay.
on the project that's taken forever to get done, but he's gonna be working over there on that drainage issue. And, they have been doing the Christmas lights, if you all have noticed. I think they're doing a really good job. So we will move on to John.
Not much news, other than just I've been communicating with some of the property people that we talked about in previous meetings. Walnut Street's starting to look good. I was just talking to JD about that. If you've not had a chance to drive it through there, it's starting to, they're doing a lot of work right there, so it's gonna be really nice when they get all that done.
Okay.
We got, what, two permits approved for that?
Yes,
So far.